In 1867, Russia sold the territory of Alaska to US for $7.2 million. A mere 50 years later, the American had owned that amount back 100 times over. How could the imperial official have given up such a choice of parcel? Arbitrarily sought out the model story of the sale of Alaska. A petition calling for the Russia's annexation of Alaska that was posted on the White House website gathered more than 35,000 signatures before it was cancelled. Many people still think that Americans either stole Alaska from the Russians or leased it and did not return it. Despite the widespread myth, the deal was the honest one and both sides had a valid reason to make it. Alaska before the sale. In the 19th century, Russian Alaska was a center of international trade. In the capital Nabarkashan, merchant traders, Chinese fabrics, tea, and even ice, which the southern United States needed before the invention of refrigerators, ships, and factories were bought, and gold was mined. People already knew about the numerous gold despite the area. Selling this land seemed like madness. Russian merchants were drawn to Alaska for the walrus, ivory was expensive, an elephant, and the valuable sea otter for which could be pursued trading with the indigenous peoples of the regions. Trading was not done by the Russian-American Company, which was started by the adventurous 18th century Russian businessmen, courageous travelers, and entrepreneurs. The company controlled all of Alaska mines and minerals. It could be independently into the trade agreement with the other countries. It has its own flag and currency, like the marks. Lease previously were granted to company by imperial government. The government not only collected massive taxes from the company, it also owned a large part of it. The stars, their family members, were among RAS shareholders. The Russian Pagers. The main ruler of the Russian settlement in America was the talented merchant Alexander Marnov. He built schools and factories for the native peoples to plant rutabaga and potatoes, built fortresses and shipyard, and expanded sea otter trade. Marnov called himself the Russian Pizarro and took liking to Alaska not only with his horses but also with his art. He married the daughter of Aloysius. Under Marnov, the Rus brought enormous revenue, more than the 100% profit. When an agreement Marnov resigned his duties, he was replaced by the Captain Lieutenant Hedgestes, who brought himself a new employees and shareholders. From military circle. Fifth lectures. The new master said the astronomical salaries from themselves comes officers earned 150,000 rupees per year was comparable to the salary of the world head of company earned 150,000 rubles. They brought for the local population for half a price. As a result, over the next 20 years, the Ekmis and the Alexis killed almost of Atlas killed almost of the sea after the driving Alaska its more popular trade, and native proposed support and the stage of swing the Russians coasted on the firing coastal village from the military. The officer began to look for the other source of revenue. Hence the trade in ice and tea began. But the ill-fortunate businessmen could not reorganize the scene sensibly either or lowering their salary unthinkable. Consequently, the RAS was transferred to state subsidy 200,000 rubles per year, but even did not